So, Freunde, buenos dias, buenos dias. Trump kept his word, and Ross Ulbricht, the creator of Silk Road, is officially out of prison. Elon Musk also said he was in the room when Trump signed the executive order, and crypto people are very, very happy about that. Another piece of great news is not only that Gary Gensler now officially resigned from the SEC after Trump also threatened to fire him day one, but also now the SEC announces SEC Crypto 2.0, which is a task force to develop a dedicated, comprehensive, and clear regulatory framework for crypto assets, which sounds bullish and fits into the shift in tone around crypto by the US government. Now, before I talk about price movements in Cosmos today and updates on Berachain, Story Protocol, Mantra Chain, Cosmos Atom, Stargaze, Omis, Babylon, and a lot more, I want to invite you to check out Cito Plus, which is our premium community that we launched in stealth in early December last year. And 50 members have already joined. Now we're rolling it out for the second cohort to join. You'll find the link in the top video description to get signed up. And Cito Plus is a premium community where you get exclusive content. We're doing monthly AMAs where you can also directly ask me and my team questions. Sometimes we have exclusive guests. We also consult on your personal situation about your airdrop strategy, your portfolio strategy, and just provide you feedback and basically like an interchain customer service. Also, we're working really hard to get you exclusive whitelist slots for the Cito Plus community. And we actually did that for the Omis mints. So Cito Plus members were whitelisted for the Omis NFT mint, and some members got to mint their NFTs exclusively because they are members of Cito Plus, which means they 220x'd their own. Anyways, check that out. You'll find all in the top video description, and then you'll be able to join the waitlist for $39 a month. You can join here, and then will get approved starting Monday. Looking into Cosmos private movements today, we're seeing everything down except for very few coins like Mantra Om is up today. Also saw Zion is up, Nim is up, but everything else is down and very low levels. So we already were at low levels, but we continue to bleed, and especially for Cosmos, which is a very mid-curve, strong fundamentals, visionary ecosystem that focuses on strong tech, is currently very, very cold. Like barely anyone is talking about kind of the Internet of Blockchains, IBC, Cosmos. It's all right now about memes. It's all about AI agents. And as a mid-curve content creator and YouTuber myself, I still truly believe the Cosmos vision. I believe in IBC, in sovereignty, customizability, interoperability, right? I believe in all these ideas that Cosmos, the AppChain thesis, and the Internet of Blockchains provide. And I just also see all these new chains, right, that most people are probably not familiar, that Mantra is a Cosmos chain, the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, Celestia, Injective, Say, Dydx, they're all Cosmos chains, right, Akash network, and so on and so forth. So eventually, I think Cosmos is going to have its time. Right now, obviously, it's very cold narrative, but in the long term, mid-term, long term, I think it's going to do very, very well. And it's also more resilient, it's more sustainable, and also more conservative in that context. But as Eric Voorhees says it best, memes win in the short term, narratives in the medium, and fundamentals win in the long term. And I truly believe that Cosmos falls under that fundamentals category right there. Now, I also made this thread or long post about Atom, my current views on at least one kind of element and point of view around Atom, which is the fact that I also pointed out here on this channel throughout November and December that the Atom bonded ratio, which means the amount of Atom that is staked relative to its supply, went down from 62% in early November to now 54.5% after it bottomed out at even below 54%. So either some huge whale or organization or early investor has exited slowly over November and December, or we just see very weak confidence from investors, right? Which could mean that because of the airdrop meta being over, staking Atom is not giving as many airdrops anymore. People are unstaking and just either swapping it into other tokens or just hold it liquid to wait for a better exit, or simply because there's no confidence in the roadmap and the team and the product, right? So I personally think that while this is concerning, yes, I think now with this new leadership in place around Mac and Barry that are now at the steering wheel of Interchain Labs, which is basically the Interchain Foundation, they now have a true vision for the Cosmos Hub as a decentralized router, fulfilling its and claiming its spot as the hub in the Internet of Blockchains, an interchain service provider that also captures value from there. The question is now only whether they can pull it off or whether time is up and we're simply too late to attempt on making Atom the decentralized router in Cosmos, and also restoring investors' confidence, right? That's another big thing. So I think one thing is having a solid product roadmap, and another thing is also to then communicate that and to also educate and onboard investors and VCs, because crypto has never been as diluted as it is today. Tomorrow it will be more diluted because there's more launches, there's more tokens, there's more ideas, there's more ecosystems, there's more narratives. So it gets more and more diluted. Sure, a lot of it also gets cut off in the short term and doesn't succeed. But yeah, Atom's time is ticking, in my personal opinion. I still hold all my Atoms. My Atoms are staked, locked, and loaded, and I'm still confident in Atom. But Atom is not my biggest position in my portfolio. In fact, it only makes around 8 or 7% of my portfolio, mostly because other coins have outperformed Atom in my portfolio, such as Akash Network, AKT, also Hedera Hashgraph, HBAR, been holding that thing forever. And that is now in the top 20 with billions in trade volume, with people talking about it, with the kind of USA meta as one of the narratives around HBAR. And those are things that have revived something like HBAR, right? Which is also a Dino coin, OG coin that's been around forever. And to be honest, I don't really know much about HBAR's ecosystem. As of today, I haven't really followed it over the past years. Stopped kind of following in like 2021, 2022, just here and there some things. But Atom is really lacking to get on everyone's radar again. And I'm not saying that it's too late. I'm just saying that time is really ticking. I'm confident in Mark and Barry, the new Cosmos leadership, that they can pull it off, especially considering that Atom survived multiple civil wars, still has a core community that truly believes in Atom, where I also count myself as part of, is listed on all exchanges, has decent liquidity, trade volume, survived a full internal rotation of team, of tokens, allocations, and all these kind of things, and is still around in the top 60, right? Like, if Atom were completely dead, it would not be on page 1 on CoinGecko. So I'm just realistic here. I'm still holding on to it. I think it will do well, and I hope it will do well. And yeah, just curious to hear also what you think about Atom's role in the broader Cosmos ecosystem, but also in crypto generally as of today. Now, those are the faces, the new faces. Mac on the left, Barry in the middle, and then we have David here, who is not part of Interchain Labs, but he works at, I think he's co-founder at Anagram, which is also a VC and OG Cosmonaut. And yeah, their mission truly is to make Atom great again. So we'll see their roadmap and plans for Atom that are coming up very, very soon. Stay tuned for that, but obviously we're also going to be covering this here on Cito. Now, on the other hand, we have other chains, other app chains in Cosmos making big waves. Noble has crossed $522 million in natively issued USDC, is now closer to $1 billion, getting closer to $1 billion in natively issued USDC, making it the 5th largest protocol for native Circle USDC, which is really good to see. Now, imagine if Cosmos as a whole ecosystem would be truly united, if there were like true synergies, co-marketing campaigns, cross integrations in different products and incentive mechanisms, right? Imagine if until now, in this uncoordinated, almost mess that Cosmos has been, what we could achieve if there was coordination, if there was true leadership, if there was a unified vision, a shared vision, that all these core teams, page 1 CoinGecko teams that are building Cosmos or are remotely touching IBC, if they were all truly aligned, how big Cosmos can be. And I truly believe that we're going to see that this year, and I will do the best I can with content, with events, with ideas, with thoughts, with kickstarting conversations, connecting people to achieve this and to contribute to get closer to this goal. So big shout out to Yelena and the Noble team. They've done absolutely amazing, and I'm very excited for what's coming with Noble in 2025. Also, I always say this, but it is really true, right? No matter which vertical you look into, privacy, DeFi, AI, RWA's tokenization, interoperability, there's always a Cosmos chain to be found as one of the top contenders or even category leaders. And privacy is a big example, and I've been talking about this forever. I also truly believe in ZK technology. I think ZK is going to have a big season sometime as well. We also just saw the US sanctions against Tornado Cash were reversed, which is a big win for privacy. And I believe overall that ZK privacy is going to have a big season sometime in this cycle, which means sometime this year, latest next year. And in Cosmos, there are just a lot of strong contenders. We have Penumbra, we have Namada that is also currently in its phase of rolling out the NAM token and making it also IBC transferable. Secret Network, one of the OGs when it comes to privacy. Then we have Nillion, one of the up-and-coming ones that is actually going to launch Mainnet in a few weeks. Shade Protocol, which has also been around forever and is going to launch Shade X on March 5. Carter and the team have been working relentlessly on that. So Shade, also one of the top contenders. There's also Sentinel and many others that are in the privacy field made in Cosmos, but those are some of the biggest ones. Then we have also outside of Cosmos, Aleo, we have Aleph Zero, that are also media partners here at Cito. We did a full video on privacy coins and ZK coins a couple of months ago. And yes, it might be boring because now it's not the time, but this is exactly the type of information you need to hear, not what you want to hear, but what I believe you need to hear to be best prepared for fundamental season, which is coming. And yes, I'm a mid-curver, I admit it. That's just my personal thesis and kind of observations and thoughts, but that's what I believe in. Now, speaking of Namada, they also just came out and said what Berachain, Nomad, Arbitrum, Ethereum, Phantom, Avalanche, Injective, Sui, and other chains have in common. Well, they all use Namada for shielding, for adding a privacy layer to their chain. And Nillion also came out with big updates with an airdrop that is coming. 7.5% of the Nillion supply is going to get airdropped to early contributors. In fact, Winnie from the Stakecito team made a full-on tutorial on how you can claim your Nillion airdrop or check eligibility in the first step, which is where it's right now. And I'm going to refer you to that video. You can find it in the top video description to check out Vinny's video on Nillion airdrop. Next, Mantra. Mantra, category leader for RWAs and tokenization. $2.5 billion of assets have already been confirmed to get tokenized, mostly real estate here in Dubai and the UAE, that will be issued on Mantra chain. They have a partnership with Damak, which is one of the biggest developers here in Dubai. We have Mac and also other firms, one of which is also an electric motorcycles company that is called Pice Earth, and they are constructing electric motorcycles that will soon hit the streets of Dubai. And this is also going to be tokenized on Mantra chain. You can also see the construction here of those bikes. So Mantra betting big on tokenizing not just real estate, but also other assets, real world assets, and also betting big on Dubai and overall, I guess, the MENA region. I personally think if they can land Imar and Select Group, well, I live in one of the Select Group buildings, so I'm definitely biased here, but if they can land Select Group and Imar, it's kiss and goodbye. And Mantra is just dominating the entire real estate market here in Dubai, which is a huge one. Now, we also have Mantra Omis, the official NFT collection by Mantra, that now revealed its art. So go check your wallet and see what Omi you minted. And yeah, JP also has not only swept the floor, but also swept the ceiling. He made this tweet asking who owns this Omi, which is rarity rank 2, which is a pink diamond. And well, he then acquired it and he bought it for 88,888 USD, or roughly 24.5 thousand which is now actually more, 93,000, which also makes it the highest purchase on Stargaze history. And you can see JP's wallet right here. He actually has 157 Omis on that wallet alone. He probably has more. And those plus some other NFTs are worth 115,000 US dollars as I'm recording this video. Now, what's next for Omis? Well, they have their eco drops coming out. So there will be ecosystem airdrops for Omi holders and I guess also for stakers. The next Omi-like collection that is coming out is probably going to be from Babylon. That could be as big, maybe even bigger, and that is BabyLoong. So the interesting thing here is that right now you can actually customize your own BabyLoong. So you can come here, you can give him glasses, you can also give him this Bitcoin chain, you can give him also a Bitcoin shirt, you can yeah, do whatever you want, and then you can actually share that with the world and participate in a $30,000 USDC prize pool and get a share of that as well. Also, don't forget to register your address in the Babylon Discord. There will likely be a minting or whitelisting for the BabyLoong NFT. And I don't have exact insights here. I'm just guessing, but this is what it quacks like at least. Now, if you prefer reading over listening or watching, then I strongly encourage you to check out our renewed, revamped format, which is now called Cosmos Bites, which is basically a weekly recap of the hottest and latest in Cosmos, covering all chains, all projects, and their latest achievements, airdrop news, and so on and so forth. This is always written by Sepmos from my team. Big shout out here as well. Now, speaking of news, we have Celestia unveiling a new brand, a new website. They came out and said, same link, new vibe. You can check it out on their website right there. And also, they have a lot of upgrades coming to their chain. And the next upgrade is going to happen on January 28th, which would increase their throughput to 1.33 megabytes per second or 8 megabit blocks, assuming a block time of around 6 seconds. So that is coming. Celestia is massively scaling. And again, you're watching a Midcurver YouTube. This is all Midcurve stuff, true deep technical fundamental stuff, B2B or chain to chain, not even end consumer stuff. But this is the stuff that I truly believe is real innovation in crypto. At the same time, yes, I also think we need more consumer applications in Cosmos. We need more seamless UX and UI. People are still getting confused, even though it got much better over the years, but people are still confused on how to interact with Cosmos between all these chains, with IBC back and forth, all these kind of things. But yeah, I think we already made huge progress and will continue to do so. And we need faster block, higher throughput, and also user experiences like we had with the Omi Mint. Like, this needs to be massively improved, and that's where the infra improvement comes in. Now, another mid-curve play and deep fundamental project is Axelar Network. Interoperability, one of the kings for interoperability, also powering a lot of the RWA infrastructure in a similar way how Chainlink as an Oracle provider is a critical piece of infrastructure for everything to thrive, whether it's DeFi, whether it's AI agents, whether it's RWAs. Chainlink is needed as an Oracle provider, and in the same way, Axelar will be needed as an interoperability provider. Eventually, the Cosmos Hub can also be positioned as one of the top contenders to be critical interoperability infrastructure and much needed as a service provider to facilitate this for other chains as well and also capture some value there. But for now, Axelar is king with $10 billion in volumes, $250 million in the past month alone almost. And yeah, integrated left and right on all ecosystems, Arbitrum, Polygon, BNB chain, Ethereum, Celo, and of course all Cosmos chains, considering that Axelar itself is a full-on Cosmos SDK blockchain, fully IBC compatible and all those kind of things. I'm a big holder of AXL, Axelar. I'm a big holder of Celestia Tia as well. I'm also an investor into Babylon, by the way. And also I'm an investor in Saga, which is one of the newer generation Cosmos chains that is going to approach its first mainnet anniversary this April. And with it, also the first unlocks are going to happen, which will be interesting to see how that will be absorbed on the market. And I think now it's more important than ever and time sensitive to launch the liquidity integration layer and also to launch the first wave, to publicly launch the first wave of chainlets. We have now this integration with ELISA OS that is now partnered with Saga or integrated with Saga. And that is a framework that was developed by AI16Z DAO. So they have announced this partnership, which is good to see. And now AI agents can thrive in the Saga economy, alongside also Saga being the leader when it comes to the gaming ecosystem in Cosmos. They have onboarded hundreds of games, and I think their flagship titles are also going to launch in the next weeks or months. We also have updates from INJ 3.0, the economic flywheel, which is set to increase the burn rate and also to increase the deflationary effect to make INJ a more monetary sound asset. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out and how it also increases the investors' appetite and confidence in the INJ token. They had a massive run in 2024, made crazy new all-time highs of above $50 and are now hovering at around $20, which is still on a decent level considering they were at around $1.50 or something in the depth of the bear market. I personally do hold a small INJ back. It's a very small allocation relative to my portfolio. On the other hand, Akash Network AKT, which is actually one of the largest positions in my portfolio, is massively increasing its on-chain revenue and average daily earnings that have already surpassed 11,000 for the month of January, and the month is not even over. Greg also saying, if you're in memes, now would be a good time to pivot to fundamentals. Akash AKT, also a strong contender, a true infrastructure project that is powering the AI economy especially, and has just strong product market fit, considering that Akash is one of the few non-DeFi related products, non-finance related products, is a true cloud provider, the super cloud, and has already gained substantial traction, is just remarkable. And that's why it's one of my biggest conviction plays for this cycle, and also not only made in the USA, but also entirely made in Cosmos. Now, 3 quick news to end this video. Number 1, Story Protocol, one of the most highly anticipated launches this year, also entirely made in Cosmos. They have launched their developer mainnet on January 19th. So mainnet, public mainnet, is also going to come soon. We're also going to be covering that here, of course, at Cito. And with Stakecito, my validator, we're also very, very excited to join Story as a Genesis validator. Same for Berachain, that is also coming up very, very, very soon. In fact, Smokey made this tweet here on the 20th saying that 2 big things happened today. Everyone knows about one of them. Everyone will know about the other soon. So give a follow to Smokey the Bera, give a follow to Berachain. This one is coming up very, very shortly. Finally, some good funding news. Keplr, the main wallet for the Cosmos ecosystem, has secured $5 million in funding, I think at a $50 million valuation, led by One Confirmation, Anagram. Also, Coinbase Ventures has invested, Hashkey, Chorus One, Skip, Binary Builders, and a lot more. So congrats, Josh and the Keplr team. This is amazing to see, and also improves the infrastructure and user experience on Cosmos and how to interact with the ecosystem. Now, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Get your Cito Plus membership secured, and I'll see you there. Until then, stay safe and be good.